All right, today we are going to be text messaging for sale by owners. We'll be texting FSBOs to get appointments. I'm going to give you the exact scripting process, the templates, and best practices for how we get a preview appointment with a for sale by owner, and then how we turn that preview appointment into a listing opportunity for you. I'm going to show you where to find for sale by owner. I'm going to give you the best free places to find for sale by owner data, as well as, in my opinion and experience, the best paid resource to find that for sale by owner data. And we're going to do a deep dive here together. I think you're going to love today's Texting Tuesday. Last week, we were doing a deep dive into texting old expired listings. This week for sale by owners, because I wanted to dedicate a few of these Texting Tuesday sessions to scripts and processes that you can use if you don't have an existing database. Now, my personal experience is that your database is the most valuable asset in your business. So you definitely want to be doing things to grow your database and uncover great opportunities for you. Okay, if you are, do me a huge favor. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button or the heart button. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you A, subscribe to the channel, B, smash the bell to be notified of our Texting Tuesday live sessions, as well as a new regular training class that we're doing on Wednesdays called Real Estate Test Dummies. And lastly, hit the like button on this video. If you're watching on LinkedIn, hit the like or the light bulb button. I have a question for everyone. I want to get some engagement going here, and I want to learn a little bit about the audience. So the question is this: have you ever listed a for sale by owner? Yes or no in the comments below. Have you ever took a listing from a for sale by owner? Comment yes or no in the comments below. The answer is yes for me. Not as many as I would like, perhaps, but I certainly have. Now, for sale by owners, let's face it, when the market was super hot, many of them, weren't really open to working with realtors or considering that, but things are changing a little bit. The market is shifting somewhat. And so they, I believe, and my personal experience over the last few weeks is that they are more ripe for, for the picking, let's say, right now. Some great feedback. Roy says yes. Russell, yes. Janita, no. Greg, only once. A couple other yeses, a couple other no's. Okay, well, hopefully with this, the template, the scripting process, and the best practices that I'm going to share with you today, it'll turn into a yes for everyone, okay? So obviously, step one in texting for sale by owners is we have to find the for sale by owner data. And I'm going to show you 3 ways, 2 that are free, 3 ways, 2 that are free, and 1 that is paid. So I want to leave no stone unturned here. I want to make sure that no matter who you are, what your budget, etc., that we give you everything you need to actually implement today's protocol. So let me show you the 2 free ways and the paid way. We're going to get the data, and then I will give you the script that we are using that has worked really well for us and many folks in my sales organization. And we'll see if we get some conversations going live here or not. Okay, let's go ahead and keep those comments coming. Have you ever listed a for sale by owner? Yes or no? I am curious to know. Okay, the first free way to find for sale by owners is right on Zillow. Now listen, I don't like Zillow. You probably don't like Zillow, but there are a few things that Zillow can be valuable for when it comes to our businesses. And this is one example. So here is the protocol to find them, or the process to find them. Number 1, start with your city, or in my case, county. I'm in central Pennsylvania. I cover Cumberland County, Dauphin County, Perry County, and most of York County. We're a rural area, so we're not going to see a ton of listings for sale by owner here, but there's still opportunity in it. So you start with county, And then it must have saved my search results from yesterday. So I want to, you know what? How do I clear these? I want to clear this to show you how it would normally populate here, so you don't get lost or confused as to where to find them. So let's see here. Well, normally, let's see if I click here. Normally, what would happen? I'm gonna select what's normally selected. Okay. So normally, what would happen is when you type in an area, it is going to default bring up all the for sale listings in a number of different criteria. And then you're going to search, and I'm going to search Cumberland County for now. And then what I've got to do here in this criteria, this drop down, is I need to deselect everything except for by owner data. So I deselect everything but the by owner data. And I'm going to click done. And then the last thing I need to do is see how there are 0 agent listings. Well, we don't want agent listings. We want the for sale by owners. There are 17 other listings. Those are the for sale by owners. So that's where you can find the address of those for sale by owners. But how do we actually get the data for free? Well, you've got to click on the Zillow for sale by owner in this case, and you've got to scroll down. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You've got to click on the for sale by owner record and then click contact agent. Oh, no. They're moving this stuff around from time to time. And we don't currently use this methodology, but I wanted to show free ways for you. Where is it? It is definitely here. We just checked recently. Personal guides. We don't want that. 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 Bear with me here. See more facts and features. Well, doggone it. We may just have, oh, there it is. Geez, I missed it. Got to pay close attention. So just under, so if it's not, you don't have to scroll very far. That was my problem. I started scrolling too fast and too far. Right here, it's got the property owner information. And if you want to know their actual name and additional information, you could use something like truepeoplesearch.com and do a reverse phone lookup. So if you wanted to do that before you reach out, truepeoplesearch.com, or you could use something like Remine or your own MLS to do a reverse address lookup. But we don't really need the name to do this protocol. That would just be if if you wanted that additional information. Looks like Ashley maybe is the person. Okay. Okay. So that's methodology number one. That's the first free way. The other one is a free tool that my buddy Chris Jones put together called FizBonanza.com. FIZ Bonanza.com. Chris is a great guy. He's got some great free tools and training, and he does have a paid software platform. If you sign up for Fizz Bonanza, you will get emails from him. But again, he's a good dude. He offers some great content and training. So I don't think there's any harm in you entering your email and clicking on that button that says Get FSBO Data. And it'll take a second to load here. And now I can search. And the cool thing here is I can do a radius. I'm going to do a 15-mile radius around my zip code. And look at that. Look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that's a free way for you to find for sale by owners. And the last way, before we get into the script, because I want to unpack all of this for you, is a platform called My Plus Leads. My Plus Leads. And you can get an account with My Plus Leads at growwithjosh.com/My Plus Leads. growwithjosh.com/My Plus Leads. It'd be awesome if somebody put that link in the comment. This is a platform that we're using. You can get for sale by owner and expired data, and even for rent by owner data, other data as well. It's a great platform. We've been using it for a while. I'll just log in real quick. to show you what the back end looks like. You can search by town, zip code, when they were listed. There's all kinds of filtering that you can do with it. Let me just log in here real quick, or hopefully log in just so you can see what that looks like. And the reason why I bring this one up is this ties well to this week's and last week's, which if you missed last week's session, you can find it on our channel or in the Facebook group. It was on texting old expired leads. Okay, so you can see here, you can search by different criteria. You can set up your own lists, etc. Okay, so those are the sources. I'm going to go ahead and use FSBonanza because it's got the data all right here for me in one nice little tidy place. Okay, and let me just tell you, let me just take a minute here. The way we do this is we get the for sale by owners into KV Core, and we have a process that we use in that platform for these conversations. But you don't need anything to do this other than your phone or some way of text messaging. You can even do this through a Google Voice number because you can text through Google Voice. So there is no excuse, or there are no excuses whatsoever to not be able to do this. I'm going to show you how to do it right on my phone. Okay. I'm going to give you the script, and I'm also going to walk you through, the next steps in the process and how you can build rapport and increase the opportunity for you to get the listing if and when they are ready to list the property. But not just that, what we also do to ensure that even if we don't get the listing, we at least do everything we can to bring the buyer and get compensated one way or the other. Okay. So I was going to use the iMessage platform, okay, which you could use as well. But sometimes those messages don't go through if they don't have an iPhone. So I'm just going to do it right on my phone. I'm going to talk you through the script. Now, as always, Mike will compile all this, and we actually have a working doc of this already. Mike will compile all of these, the scripts, the templates, the process, the flow, the free resources, etc. Put them in a doc, and we'll be happy to share them with any and all of you. All you have to do is comment below FSBO, FSBO. Comment below FSBO. Now, if you comment on the YouTube live stream, make sure you also email mike@growwithjosh.com. Mike@growwithjosh.com, because for some reason we can't get those to you. So just again, email mike@growwithjosh.com if you're watching the live and you're commenting on the live stream feed on YouTube. Doesn't matter if you're watching after the fact. So let's go ahead. I'm going to, we're just going to pick one of these here, and I'm going to pick one. Let's pick a new one. So I'm going to do this one, Peach Glen, Idaville Road, because many of these we've already reached out to. So I forgot. I need to share my screen here. So I'm going back to FSBonanza, and I'm going to text message this one right here. Okay. So I want to show my screen. So I'm just going to do a new text message, 717-448-2401. Don't text message this person. I guess I don't know. I mean, it's public. It's public data. They're selling their house. I guess it's all good. So the message is going to be simple. Hi, this is Josh Schoenly with eXp Realty. Is the property at 218 Peach Glen, this is a mouthful, Idaville Road, still available? And you could say still for sale. Okay. So again, the script is this. Hi, this is Josh Schoenly with eXp Realty. Is the property at 218 Peach Glen, Idaville Road still available? Okay. So that is the opening salvo. Now, you may choose to leave off the introduction to yourself. That's up to you. I want to be totally upfront and open and disclose that I'm a real estate agent upfront. But if you leave that off, you would just say, is the property at 218, blah, 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 still available? Now, by the way, the scripting and the process that I am going to reveal as the next steps will work if you want to pick up the phone and call them as well. I've just found that, as odd as it is, for sale by owners, just like most people, they don't answer their phone very readily, even though they're trying to sell their home. Okay. But the process will work the same. Hi, so-and-so. This is Josh Schoenly with eXp Realty. I was just calling to see if the property at 218 Peach Glen, Idaville Road was still available. Oh, it is? Okay, great. So what's the next question when they say yes? Well, let me do you one better. I'm going to show you, let me pull it up first, a successful for sale by owner text exchange that got me an appointment with the for sale by owner, a preview appointment with the for sale by owner. I'm going to show you the exact exchange, and then I'm going to talk you through what those next steps are to create rapport and potentially increase the likelihood of them listing and selling with you. Okay. So this is, you are seeing under the hood. Text message. Hi, this is Josh Schoenly with eXp Realty. Is your home at 205 South Enola Drive still available? Thanks. Okay. Which, by the way, now with KV Core, because of cell phone carriers changing things and because of a lot of spam texting, notice here that this right here is added by default if you're using KV Core on something like this. Okay. So, you would avoid having this extra gobbledygook by sending it directly from your cell phone if you choose. His response, yes. The follow-up, and this is the next step in the process. Terrific. Okay, so you can say terrific, thanks, got it, awesome, whatever. But you want to affirm that that you heard what they said. Terrific. If I brought you an acceptable offer, would you be willing to pay a 3% finder's fee to an agent? And we can even lop off to an agent. Terrific. If I brought you an acceptable offer, would you be willing to pay a 3% finder's fee? Question mark. Don't even have to put to an agent at the end. His response, let's do 2.5%. Let's do 2.5%. Now, here's the deal. Regardless of what they say, unless they tell you to, go pound sand, you're going to proceed. Because just because they're playing hardball through this doesn't mean that there still won't be an opportunity for you to work with them. And I'll give you examples of how after we go through this exchange as an example for you. So he said, let's do 2.5%. He could have said, let's do 2%. He could have said, let's do a flat fee of $3,000. He could have said, let's do 1%. I don't care. He's at least open and willing to consider working with an agent on some level. And that's all I want. I just want a little crack in the door to stick my foot in there. So my response, terrific, thanks. When could I come by for a quick tour of the property? Thursday, would Thursday or Friday work best? Friday works. We have an open house on Thursday from 5 to 6:32. I don't think that ever actually happened. Great. How about Friday morning around 9:30, or would the afternoon work better? That time works great. 9:30, great. See you then. Okay. So let's take a pause. Okay. So you have the example. We ask, is it available? That's a simple yes or no answer. A simple yes or no answer. They say yes. Now, what happens? Let me just do an aside. What happens if they say no? Let me give you this. Okay. And this is one that you probably want to be taking notes on because there's lots of nuggets in this session here for you today. If they say no, it doesn't mean you give up. What we do is congrats. That's awesome. When is settlement scheduled? Question mark. Okay. So they say no, meaning it's not available. Congrats. Just curious, when is settlement scheduled? Now, why am I asking that? I'm asking to confirm, did they say no because it's not available anymore? Did they say no because it's under contract? Did they say no because they have an offer coming, right? So it is a more open-ended question that will uncover, whether or not this still may be an opportunity, because it still may be an opportunity. Let's say they then say, it's settled, it's set for September 30th. Awesome, congrats again, and good luck. Then you make a note in KV Core or whatever your CRM is to follow up with them just before, just after September 30th to confirm whether it actually settled. Because deals go sideways, things happen, and I would say even more so probably on for sale by owner transactions than traditional real estate agent involved transactions. Okay. So don't just quit if they say no. Dig deeper. Dig deeper. Okay. Anything worth doing is worth doing well. Okay. So do this process all together. Okay. They say yes. They agree to some kind of finder's fee, which, by the way, we very strategically use the word or the phrase finder's fee instead of commission. We use finder's fee instead of commission because for sale by owners, they've already got this in their head. Like they don't want to pay a commission, whatever. Some will ask, what's a finder's fee? Some will say, what's a finder's fee? Is that like a commission or whatever? But it's just a way that you can change the language a little bit and potentially soften the for sale by owner receiving the message. Okay. So we got the appointment. I went and met with, in this case, his name is Dan. Super nice guy, happened to be an investor that owns a bunch of rentals. And he took me on a tour. The property's not quite ready yet. We took on a tour, had a great conversation. He even mentioned, hey, I don't know, I may end up listing this thing anyway. So I said, thanks so much. A couple of things that I'm going to do and a couple of reasons why I come take this tour. Number one, I'm going to reach out to our existing buyer database and let them know about your property. Okay. To see if we can find an ideal buyer for the property. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, I'm going to follow up with some additional information about some unique programs we offer that might be of interest to you. Okay. So I'm setting the stage with Dan for what I'm going to do ahead of that. And here's what I've done since then. And I'm actually going to follow up with Dan here live because I haven't heard back from him and I need to check in. So number one, I sent him a handwritten thank you card. I wrote that a handwritten thank you card immediately after. I don't always do that, but in this particular case where I know that Dan, he owns 18 rental properties and he owns his own property. This is someone that, I want to make a good impression on, and I want to have an opportunity to get more business from. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, I reverse prospect my KV Core database to see if we have any interested buyers. And that does two things. Number one, it creates conversations, and we've done reverse prospecting on past sessions here. Mike, if you can make a note to add a link to a past reverse prospecting session here to the document for all of the folks that have already commented below FSBO, FSBO. For two reasons. Number one, I want to see if we do have a buyer for this for sale by owners property. And number two, either way, it's going to create more conversation opportunities, right? And so whether or not I end up selling this for sale by owner, listing this for sale by owner, at least I can create some conversation opportunities because I have firsthand knowledge about a property that is that is not actively listed in the MLS. Okay. So it makes this work worth doing. So I then, and I'm going to share my screen again. I then follow up with Dan on Monday, I believe. I think all of this happened throughout the week of, I don't know, the 13th or whatever that was. When was the initial one? The 16th. The following Monday, and I should have done this sooner, but stuff happens. I sent him a video text message thanking him for his time. And I did the other thing. So this is the other thing that you're looking for when you meet the for sale by owner and you take a tour of the property. Okay, this is critical. You look for how you can add value to them. For example, in Pennsylvania, there are disclosures that have to be completed when a property is sold. He did not have those disclosures filled out. So I sent him blank copies of those foreclosures and I sent him this text message with a video overview. Now I had to email the disclosures, the blank disclosures, which is why I also sent the text message to make sure he got that. Okay. And I also let him know that, hey, we're looking for a buyer for the property. And he liked the video. Okay. He liked the video. Then a couple of days later in the week, I let him know, morning, Dan, I'm still trying to coordinate with a couple potential interested buyers. There's a typo there. In the meantime, I wanted to pass along this as another option for you to consider. And that was our home boss selling system, where I could potentially sell his property, list his property for the 2.5% that he's agreeing to, and help him maximize equity. That's a conversation for another day. If you want information on that, email Mike@growwithjosh. Email Mike@growwithjosh.com. Now, I have not heard from Dan. It's been crickets, so I'm going to follow up with Dan. Morning, Dan. Just confirming, is the property at 205 South Enola still available? Thanks. And that's it. That's all the ongoing follow-up you need to do, is to continue to look for ways to provide or add value and confirm if it's still available or not. And eventually, you can certainly ask for the business, but you can do so in a way that's softer than the typical scripting that you get from, the old school coaches and gurus, right? Okay. So there was a lot in this session, which is exactly why Mike on my team is going to put that all into a doc, the templates, the scripts, the resources, where we get the for sale by owners, an example exchange, and then the process after. But we're trying to, like we always are trying to do on these Texting Tuesday sessions, we're trying to open a conversation, we're trying to get appointment, and we're trying to find where we can add value. Maybe your value add offer is to offer to do an open house on the property. Hold it open for them. If they've agreed to pay a commission, ask if they'd be open or willing to allow you to hold it open for them. Okay. There are any number of ways that you can potentially demonstrate value and build goodwill in the for sale by owner's eyes. Because here's the thing, and I said this several times, but it bears repeating. Look for as many ways possible to turn that appointment that you do get into other business opportunities. Reverse prospecting your existing database, trying to bring a buyer, right? Because who cares if you list it or you bring the buyer? It's 2.5 or 3% commission one way or the other. Okay. Just keep building rapport and trying to be of value to them, because here's the other thing. Maybe you never end up doing business with them, but you make such a good impression on them that they refer other business to you. Okay. There is nothing bad that can happen from this. This is all good and positive. Meza, I hope I'm saying that, Meza. Thank you for the kind words. This is great. Thank you. Another question. Do you do your videos through BombBomb? Yes. So I use BombBomb, but I also use Loom. And I use the BombBomb KV Core add-on called Core Video. I use video a lot in business, so I have several add-ons. If you're not using video as far as your texting, emailing, etc., you are missing the boat. You are missing the boat. It saves you and your prospect and clients. It saves them a great deal of time. So you should be using that in as many ways possible. And we have past sessions on that as well. And we should probably do we should probably revisit the, personal video messaging and platforms like BombBomb, etc. I hope you got a ton of value out of this. And here is my challenge. Here is my challenge to all of you. All of you. Go out, like as soon as we're done this session. If you're watching this live or you're watching this after the fact, as long as you're not, as long as it's not the middle of the night. My challenge is text message at least 5 for sale by owners. Text message at least 5 for sale by owners. And try to get an appointment. And then comment below what happened, good, bad, or ugly. Okay. You may be the one person that just gets all 5 scream at you and tell you to go to where. But I can tell you, if you do 5 more, eventually you're going to get an appointment and you're going to be able to find ways to turn that into other business. So a couple of things in wrapping up here. I wanted to show one more thing about if you're using Zillow to get the free leads. I mentioned that you start, like for example, I start by going Cumberland County. However, if you start with a city or whatever the case may be, if you click out, see how there's this blue outline? If you click outside of it, now it's going to bring up, now it brings up 28. So basically it's whatever is on the map, like whatever can be seen in the map. So if you zoom out, now I've got 105. I zoomed out a little bit and I can pretty much cover just about all of this area. So I'd say there's, I don't know, potentially between 50 and 75 for sale by owners that might be an opportunity to, to help them sell their property. So I wanted to show that, and I wanted to confirm a few last things. Many of you have already done this, whether you're watching this live or you're watching it on replay. Comment below FSBO, FSBO, and Mike on my team will send you the document with everything, everything mentioned: the templates, the scripts, the resources, the additional training that I mentioned, all of that for you. The only caveat is, if you're watching the YouTube live stream and you're commenting in the live stream, you need to email mike@growwithjosh.com. Or if you did comment and you haven't received the document and it's been a day or so, just email mike@growwithjosh.com. I promise you, we want to get this information into your hands. We want to help you grow your business. If you'd like to chat about how we can partner together, get you access to unique value propositions and some things that can help give you a competitive advantage in your market, as well as some other great strategies for growing the listing side of your business, just schedule a call at growwithjosh.com/chat. It's on the screen. It's in the description above or below this video. As always, thanks for spending some time today. I appreciate all the great comments and feedback. Use this. 5, your challenge is 5 for sale by owners. Do this today. Do the work, get the appointments, and let us know how it goes. As always, if there's anything we can do for you, let us know. Comment below, email mike@growwithjosh. Make it a great week. Get out there, start texting some for sale by owners, get some appointments, and let us know how it goes.